Hello, my fam. Look at this. Well, that's not interesting, but this is, for me, having a coffee so that I can give you every last ounce of myself. I need it because I'm so tired, but I'm happy. I'm tired. I look tired, but I'm happy. Welcome, my fam, and welcome back. Okay. A reminder, I do this every weekday, Monday through Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 Pacific, right here on YouTube. A lot to talk about today. So let me get seated and situated. I've set up a membership. If you want to support, and you can, that would be so greatly appreciated. I'm not going to take tomorrow off, by the way, even though I want to. I'm too much of a workaholic. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Halifax Angel. And not even that. I appreciate you all so much. No, it's making noise now. Let me move this. Hey, Nicole. All right. The fan on my laptop's making noise, and I don't want you to hear that. All right. That'll work. Okay. We'll start with the big breaking news and then get to everything else. But first, I need to make a little change here. As I mentioned a minute ago, I have set up a membership on this channel, and if you can, please consider becoming a member. All my live streams, the premieres are member only mode, so I just switched it to member only mode, but everybody can watch, and when the live stream is over, everybody can comment, okay? So let's get to it. And you can also like and share and all of those things. Some of you might have heard the big explosive story, Dancing with the Stars Pro. Oh, I forgot that. Let me do that, sorry. Okay, all right. Hey, Dee, and hello to everybody if I didn't get a chance to say hello. All right. Do you remember the Bella twins? Brie and Nikki Bella? They were also reality TV stars, Total Divas and Total Bellas. Well, now they make wine. They make wine and they live in Napa Valley, both of them. And Nikki Garcia, as she goes by now, is married to professional dancer Artem Chigvintsev. And they have a child together. I think their son is around 4 years old. He was arrested this morning for DV, domestic V, and specifically charged with doing that to a partner, her. Hey, Wendy. He posted bail, what is it? Like just 2 hours ago or so, approximately 2 hours ago, he posted bail, $25,000. And it goes to show you that social media is not all that it seems. Earlier this week, Nikki Garcia, who used to date and was engaged to John Cena, and they were together forever. Remember that? John Cena and Nikki? Earlier this week, Nikki and Artem celebrated their anniversary. And, publicly it's one thing, but then privately, Details are still scant, but it's not good. Like, what do you do? What do you do in a situation like this? Especially, what's especially troublesome is the following. Artem Chigvintsev was charged not just with domestic V, but with felony domestic V. Felony. Scant. You haven't heard that word before? I don't know. I have a medium-sized vocabulary. Every once in a while, I'll spill out an interesting word. The spillage. Artem was charged with felony domestic violence. That means, in order to be charged with that and not a misdemeanor, it's a felony if injuries are visible. So Nikki Garcia had to have visible injuries to the arresting officers, clearly indicating that it wasn't just, a verbal altercation. It wasn't just threats. It was violence. Awful. And then what do you do? Where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? Where do you go from there? Reminds me of the Bad Baby situation, and I actually have an update there. With regards to Bad Baby, just earlier this summer, she shared that shocking surveillance footage of her baby daddy assaulting her. Remember Bad Baby, Danielle Bregoli, the Cash Me Outside girl? And then she decided after he did that, and then after her putting him on blast on social media, she decided to stay with him. Well, now Danielle Bregoli has further enmeshed herself with this man. They have gotten matching tattoos. Or maybe not matching. They have gotten coordinated tattoos. Her baby daddy got a ginormous tattoo of her face. And she got a ginormous tattoo of his face. We know that's not going to last. Why are you getting his face tattooed? I know, Osfly girl. It's hard. They say that on average, I think it takes women going through that 3 times before leaving a man. Let me see. How many times on average does a victim of... No, on average, holy moly. This is insane. This is insane. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Oh my God. But this is true. It says, according to all of the statistics, on average, it takes a victim of abuse about 7 attempts before they finally leave their abuser. And unfortunately, the violence often escalates after each attempt. It's also said that more than 1 in 3 women, so 35% of all women have experienced some form of domestic violence. That's a real... Why is this not talked about more? Like, how do we fix those numbers? What the hell? I have 2 daughters. What the hell? That's awful. God. Okay, let's move on to something lighter because I don't want to linger here. Um, Lighter. All right, but lighter, but still legal news. Okay. I love that Oz Fly Girl came out with like a real sensible answer. Education, treatment, teaching boundaries, and standards. Oh my God. Education, treatment, teaching boundaries, and standards. And also, I think a zero tolerance policy. Personally, that's what I would tell my daughters and my son, because some men are also the victim of DV too in relationships. Zero tolerance policy. One time, done. Done. There's no excuse for that. Same as there is no excuse for driving under the influence. Both are inexcusable. And that's what might have happened with Matt Lauer's daughter. Have you heard about this? Yes, the disgraced former Today Show host is back in the headlines for something that his daughter did. It happened earlier this summer, but we're just hearing about it now. Matt Lauer has a 20-year-old daughter who was driving in the Hamptons around 4 in the morning, where I've said this time and time again, nothing good happens after 2 a.m. And that's being generous, okay? Nothing good ever happens after 2 a.m. Between 2 and 5 a.m. or even 2 and 4. Maybe like you'll wake up really early to go to the gym at 4 something, but between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., that's like you need to be at home. Nothing good ever happens after 2. So she was driving, got into an accident, crashed into the side of a house, into a house's fence, and fled the scene. But after having caused damage to the fence of this house, Romy Lauer, Matt Lauer's daughter, she fled the scene, has been charged with hit and run, but caused so much damage that the license plate of her car fell off. Her license plate fell off, and that's how they were able to determine who it was. And I'm just trying to think, like, that was dumb, right? Like, well, or was it dumb? I don't know. Like, it's dumb. But I wonder what a lawyer would say. Well, actually, here's an interesting bit of tidbit. She's been charged with fleeing the scene of an accident and now has the same attorney that is representing Justin Timberlake in the Hamptons in his DWI case. I don't know if Matt Lauer's daughter was driving drunk or under the influence, but if the police can't visually see you driving, give you any sobriety tests, field sobriety test or alcohol or breathalyzer or blood test, can you be charged with driving under the influence if they don't catch you that day? How does that work? I mean, maybe there's security camera footage that shows her driving erratically. But if I'm her lawyer and she confessed to me as her lawyer, I would say, and if there is footage that's presented in court, hey, Gigi, I would just say she was just tired. It was 4 in the morning. She was tired. She was not drunk. She had not been drinking. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I still think it's shitty of her to have fled the scene. Um, all right. On to Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez and Kick Kennedy. Wait, let me update my headline because I forgot that I was going to talk about. Perfect. Let's talk about Bennifer. We all know that Ben Affleck's publicist has released a statement denying that anything has been going on with Kick Kennedy, the daughter of RFK Jr. Well, a new report came out today claiming that something has been going down and corroborating Page Six's original reporting that Ben Affleck and Kick Kennedy were spotted at the Beverly Hills Hotel. Yeah, probably where they went to hook up. I'm guessing he did that. They did that because if Kick were to go to Ben's house or Ben would have gone to her house, the paparazzi would have just followed him or followed her or taken photos of her, right? So if he wants to hook up, he can't have somebody go to his house. He can't go to their house. He hooks up at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And what's especially interesting, the new report that just came out today claims that Kick and Ben Affleck were meeting up at the Beverly Hills Hotel as early as this June. It's now almost September. We're like a day and a half, 3 days from September. Ben was so checked out of his marriage to Jennifer Lopez a while ago. He went straight. And listen, maybe he was not or has not been dating Kick Kennedy, but he was. As if I wasn't already explicit enough. Oh, Jesus. That's a good point, Gigi. Yeah, he was with Kick Kennedy in the afternoon and then back with Jennifer Garner on the other hours of the day. Oh, Ben. Ben. All right, in other news, Chappell Roan. I love talking about her because I'm obsessed with Chappell Roan. And hopefully you are too. Her album is, to me, the album of the year. It's amazing. And unfortunately, she's just upset a lot of fans. Not because of what she said about boundaries and stalkers, but because she just canceled 2 shows in Europe just a few days before each concert for the VMAs. And she didn't even say that was the reason. She cited scheduling difficulties. Scheduling difficulties? Just a few days before the concerts? You knew about this for a while. You could have remedied this a while ago. And unfortunately, the Paris show and the Amsterdam show have been full on canceled and not rescheduled. There will not be makeup dates, sadly. So I get it. I think the fans that had bought tickets had bought tickets when she first announced this before she had blown up. And they're like her biggest fans. So they're sad. But I would also think that her biggest fans would be more understanding. They would, they'd be happy for her that she's going to do the VMAs. I know I would. I'd be sad, but also I'd be happy for her. Wah, wah. All right. In a new interview that was released today, Vice President Kamala Harris says that she would absolutely be open to having a Republican on her cabinet. And she thinks that that would be important to have a different perspective and opinion when making, big decisions that affect all Americans. Liz Cheney. Liz Cheney, I say. It's hella hot in here. Hold on a second. It's because I'm drinking coffee too, I think. It's 101 outside. All right. Blake Lively. Just when you thought the Blake Lively of it all was. Sorry, I'll stop moving. Just when you thought the Blake Lively of it all was simmering down, nope. We've gotten a lot more updates, on everything Blake Lively. Specifically, remember that interview where Blake Lively revealed that Ryan Reynolds wrote a scene in her new movie? Well, the director and co-star Justin Baldoni had no clue that Ryan Reynolds wrote that one scene because Blake Lively, according to this one report, passed it off as improv at the time. She made it seem like she was improving that, like improvised. Additionally, Blake Lively's brother-in-law is chiming in. Some of you might remember him. Blake Lively, her older sister Robin, is married to Bart Johnson. Remember Bart Johnson, Coach Bolton in High School Musical? He publicly wished Blake a happy birthday, said, "For 30 years, I've had the privilege of being friends with this kind, loving, committed, hardworking, and inspiring strong woman, someone that blah, 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 blah." Yes, Gigi, she was in that. Anyways, that's not the interesting part, okay? The interesting part was underneath this underneath this post, somebody commented saying, quote, "Shame she's so set on promoting happiness in a domestic violence setting without any regard for any victims. Disappointing from Blake, but also disappointing that Daddy Bolton supports it." Coach Bolton from High School Musical, Bart Johnson. Well, Blake Lively's brother-in-law, Bart, countered back saying, "I'm really sorry you feel that way. I'm sure you have a huge heart and want the best." Let me read that again. "I'm really sorry you feel that way. I'm sure you have a huge heart and want the best." Was that sarcastic? That came across as sarcastic to me. He went on, though there's more to it. He says, "I can promise you the truth has not come out yet." And he goes on saying, "Blake worked harder on this film than anything I've seen her do in my entire life because it meant so much to her. The message is in the book and in the movie, not in short clips, interviews. She is the reason the message, the movie, is getting out." Were mistakes made? Yes. I make mistakes in life, but they aren't under a microscope. Anyway, I respect your views. I got nothing but love for you. The most telling and interesting part of that was, I can promise you the truth has not come out yet. Well, spill it, baby, because I want the truth. Give it to me. I can handle the truth. All right. We need some more lighthearted things because there's been a lot of heavy. Did any of you love watching Jersey Shore? I used to love Jersey Shore 1.0. The family vacation is not quite the same. There's nothing quite like Jersey Shore 1.0. Well, in a new interview, Snooki reveals that her iconic scene at the beach where she was arrested, that was set up. Translation, fake. Snooki says, quote, that those cops weren't on shift for the town. They were on shift for the production to make sure that they were protecting us from crazy people. So they weren't even, I don't even think it's legal for them to arrest me because they weren't working for the town. I watched the video back and one of the producers said, just arrest her. One of the producers said, just arrest her. And they arrested me. Yeah, because I had to go to court and everything. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it now because it's such an iconic scene. It was amazing. At least she can laugh about it and have perspective. Also, speaking of TV news, Ice-T is one of the stars of SVU, Law and Order, SVU. How long is this show? Law and Order. He's been on SVU for a while. Wow. What? Law and Order is going on 26 seasons. 26. What the hell? Make that money. Make that money. So it's been on for a long time. Ice-T's been on it for a long time. He's on social media, and somebody that's a hater or a critic wrote on one of Ice-T's posts, quote, did they write SVU back to normal? It started to go woke. And Ice-T, the rapper, responded saying, what the F is woke? LOL, like I give an F. And then somebody else responded, woke means tearing down my John Wayne statues and forcing me to erect a Spider-Man fountain that sprays gay beer on my lawn that turns into AstroTurf. And then Ice-T responded saying, that sounds dope. F John Wayne. I love Ice-T. And I love you. And I would love it if one of you today, or 100 of you, joined my membership here on my YouTube channel. You get to live chat with me every day, and your support would really help. That's it for today. I'm taking Monday off, but I will be here tomorrow. I love you. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, okay? Thank you for watching and for your support, especially to my members. You guys are superstars. Bye, Oz, Fly Girl, Nicole, and Gigi, and everybody else. Bye.